No.
Apparently.
No.
But apparently. Yeah, this was not on my bingo card.
Get me out of here.
Except
I'm surprised they went with this. I'd expect them to go with a Legend remake before this. You know? Wouldn't you? This is like almost untouchable, right?
I said this was coming. I had been told this was coming. I'm not.
Well, they were talking about a sequel a while back, but I never thought that they try to do a remake.
Yep.
Well, director Scott Derrickson recently confirmed that a direct sequel to Jim Henson's Labyrinth was still in development, but it sounds like a remake reboot may also be in the works.
What?
Apparently. So this is what Derrickson said in a recent interview. We never got the script all the way to a place where the studio wanted to make it, but I was very proud of the work that we did on it.
So that version's dead. Okay.
And it's a hard project to turn into something commercially viable because it's so imaginative and surreal that there's no way that it can be done cheaply. And at the same time, it's so daring and different that it is a tough movie for a studio to feel competent that it has enough commercial value to earn a profit. So I think that it's a tough nut to crack. But all I can tell you is I'm very proud of the work that we did on it. We certainly had a great film in mind. That sounds very much past tense, like it's dead. So when asked if the plan was to cast another actor as Jareth, the Goblin King, in the wake of the legendary David Bowie's passing, Derrickson declined to go into too much detail, but he did say they had a really cool idea. Again, had, all very past tense by the sounds of it. Now, Daniel Richtman is reporting that Mike Flanagan is in talks to direct a Labyrinth remake for TriStar. There's a chance both these projects are one and the same, but this is all. That's basically that. That's it. That is it. That's.
They have to have this done just so they don't lose the copyright. Probably.
It absolutely would be, isn't it? So Mike Flanagan, all of the House of Usher, Midnight Mass, things like that. I don't know. What do we think?
Piss poor idea. Dumb idea.
Boo.
I wasn't even too keen on the sequel idea, but at least with the sequel idea, if you get Jennifer Connelly and Brian Henson involved, you could set up like maybe a Son of Jareth kind of situation or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And that's probably what what's his face was going to do. I bet. But that being said, no, I do not want to. I don't think anybody wants a reboot. Period. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't. This is just creative bankruptcy.
You can't replace David Bowie.
And I'll tell you, as far as the commercial viability, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about there. Because there is one movie that's been released on DVD and Blu-ray many, many times over by Sony, besides Ghostbusters, and that is Labyrinth. I have, I think, 5 copies myself. There was at least 2 or 3 different DVDs. There's been a Blu-ray, 2 different 4K releases of it. Like, this is a very popular film.
Do you think it would have that much commercial viability though if it was?
It has popularity, but I don't think anybody's going to want to see a sequel of it. It didn't do very well at the box office. See, that's the thing. People don't remember that, but it didn't. What it did do is get a huge audience on cable and video, and now it has a cult following, a lot because of Jennifer Connelly and David Bowie specifically. But it's also it found its audience later on down the road. And I don't think that audience is going to be very accepting of either at this point, especially now that Bowie's gone. I don't think they want it. But from what I remember hearing about what's-his-face's take, was Derrickson's take on it was basically, it was going to be Jennifer Connelly's daughter or something like that gets sucked into the labyrinth, and then there's the son of Jareth or whatever, and she was supposed to be trying to get her daughter out or whatever, and it's all kind of it was a sequel. It was a legacy sequel or whatever you want to call it, but no, I'd rather see a legacy sequel or series than I would a fucking reboot. And at that point,
but that didn't work out so well for Willow, though, did it, mate?
No, it didn't. That's what I'm saying. So it's both. In both cases, I'm not really keen on either idea. This is one of those movies that just should be left alone. Period.
I think this is an awful idea. I'm sick and tired of Hollywood going backwards and trying to finagle. We need to move forward. And I think with Bowie gone, this is just an atrocious idea.
Culture.
You cannot remake this movie. There are certain movies you cannot remake.
They've got the rights.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that there are certain films you could never hope to improve upon. You couldn't even hope to match. This is one of those. Again, it's the same thing we were screaming and yelling about with Willow. You can't, first of all, this is a niche product. Another niche product coming to you from a Henson-related situation. Do not try to do this. You could certainly have tried to make the sequel. What was described to Tom and clearly to me was something that could have worked, but with a child in peril or a grandchild in peril, we could have certainly bought that as a sequel, right? If not a direct one that was tangentially related. Remaking this product, even if it's an entirely standalone thing outside, it's not going to work out for anybody. Again, I said, and I meant it, you can't replace David Bowie as the Goblin King. You can't replace you can't replace all the iconic puppetry. You would have to basically recreate all those creations in a way that they could pass in the high fidelity film environment we're in now.
I kept just the second releases.
Well, Jim Henson can do that. Jim Henson Company can do that. They do great work
the Creature Workshop is purely capable of that. You're 100% right, but the charm of the film originally is in everything that was around it, and a certain amount of camp.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if they can. They can't even get any form of nuance together, let alone camp today in modern film.
I know, just be straight up gay, wouldn't it? Basically,
yeah,
that's what it would be.
Yeah,
ridiculous. Well, there you go. I thought we'd enjoy that. Obviously, not really, but still, never mind. Thought we'd enjoy looking at that. Horseradish Power drops in with £2. Says now waiting for a Mirror Mask remake. Oh, there you go. Tom showing it off. Labyrinth.
This is the second DVD of it. So this isn't even the first release.
Show off.
This is the second Blu-ray release. This is the 30th anniversary. So this would have been the 20th. There was a 25th anniversary that I don't even have a version of. And the original DVD release. And then here's the 35th anniversary release, which is released on 4K. So yeah, and they go all out for these, right? Like, I mean, this is like it feels like leather kind of thing. And it's a book. It's even different than the other book I already have. So there you go. I mean, they've gone out of their way every time for this movie. This is one that, as I said, probably has had more releases and treated better than Ghostbusters, which is Sony's movie ever outside of Spider-Man. So yeah.
Well,